Hello, welcome back. To the
Hello,
second
Miss.
hour. Hello. So it's time for us to start with the second part of the lesson. And as I already mentioned, now we are going to work with linking and intrusion. But first, we are going to play a game once again. And this game is called Who I Am. There it is. You will be given a set of 5 clues, and you have to try to guess which famous character or person is being talked about. And you can also ask questions if you're not sure about who the character is. So good luck. And this is the first character or person. It says number 1, this person is British. Number 2, it has 30 years old. I mean, yeah, it is 30 years old. Number 3, has been famous since a very early age. Number 4, has an English literature degree. And number 5, it's a United Nations Goodwill Ambassador. Ambassador? Yes. So, who is this person? Do you have maybe a name can pop up on your head, or a face? Do you know who this person might be? Or do you need more clues? I am going to give you another one. She is a woman. She is a woman. Also, she is an actress.
Could be Emma Watson.
Miss?
Yes, Camila?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, I'm going to say the same. Emma
Emma
Watson.
Watson? Yes, that's right.
Emma Watson.
It was Emma Watson. I was going to say she was part of the Harry Potter movies, but that was going to be like a very big clue, and perhaps even I was going to give you the answer basically. So the next one probably is going to be a little bit more hard for you. I mean, it's going to be harder for you. This person, it's from the United States, has a reality TV show, is married to a famous rapper, has 4 kids, and is currently studying to become a lawyer.
I have like an idea, but the 4 kids kill me because
You don't know?
I am not too sure of that.
Kim Kardashian?
You are correct. She is Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian West.
Kardashian has 4 kids.
Yes.
Lol.
Yeah. She has oh, my memory is very bad. The names of their children are like very well known. The first one, I think it's Northwest. Then we have, I mean, I know one it's called Chicago. One is called Saint. That's the second one, Saint. Then Chicago. Then Salam, something like that. But she has 4, 2 girls and 2 boys. So yeah, and this is the last person. It says, used to be part of a band, Oh, there's a mistake here because it said has blue eyes, but no, it doesn't have blue eyes. Has green eyes. Has 56 tattoos. Has curly hair. And singer and actor. And by the word actor, you can tell it's a male.
Harry Styles? I'm not really sure.
You are correct. It is the one and only Harry Styles.
Was an actor? He's an actor.
He is, if I'm not mistaken, he is actually recording a movie right now, and he appeared on Dunkirk, which was a
Yes.
movie that was nominated to the Oscars. So yes, he is an actor, and I will highly recommend you that movie, Dunkirk. I think the Spanish version is, the Spanish title is Dunkerque, if you don't find it as Dunkirk. But yeah, he is an
So
actor. What?
you are the part of the people who thinks that One Direction is dead because that said that used to be a part of a band. So
The
One
thing is,
Direction is not anymore.
they are in a hiatus, I think it's the word. So,
Yes.
I wasn't with the camera on. For the moment, I will say he used to be part. If they finish their hiatus and they start promoting again, I am going to say he is part of a band for the moment and probably for the following 5 years. I don't think the situation is going to change because they are very busy. So yeah, he used to be part of a band. So
Okay.
I used to really like One Direction, so that question was like, just in the feelings for me. It hits different. With that
I
being said,
think they are not coming back.
are they coming back? Wow.
No,
No?
it's one bit.
Yeah, now they're going in one direction, literally every single one of them.
I was directioner, so
Yeah, I
I
was
think
also a direction. The good old days. But with that being said, let's go back to today's topic. Today's class. The topic of today's class, that it was features of connected speech. And as we have been already mentioning this several times, when we speak, we commonly do it continuously. We don't speak like robots. We don't speak like this. And that it's basically the opposite to pronounce words in isolation. And in linguistics, this sequence, it's called connected speech, when we pronounce words continuously, when our speech is continuous. And connected speech, we can also say the connected speech is the opposite of pronouncing words in isolation. We already covered this content last
Miss,
class. Yes?
could you back to the other slide, please?
Yep. It doesn't have much information.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Linking are...
No. And I writing, but I writing in the other slide.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's okay. One thing I will highly recommend you, also as a student, is to take pictures or screenshots, or in this case, you can watch the classes afterwards. Because when I was studying, I couldn't rewatch the classes because they weren't being recorded. So if I didn't took pictures or notes on my notebook, I wouldn't have those. My notes. So taking pictures is a very good idea. Now,
sorry, miss.
It's okay. Now we have a linking, that it's when we have, that are in cases when we have words that are spelled with an R at the end. And because of the fact that this happens in non-rhotic accents, we usually don't pronounce the final R sounds. So whenever the following word begins with an with a vowel sound, we are going to pronounce the R sounds. And for instance, last class, the first example I gave you, if I'm not mistaken, was, can somebody call for an ambulance? Fora. Because usually the word for in a non-rhotic accent is for. So in that case, because the following word was a vowel sound, we say fora. Can somebody call for an ambulance? And the linking R doesn't happen when the following sound is a consonant. It only happens when the following sound is a vowel sound. So as an example, we have, his hair is dark. His hair is dark. Usually, what we will say is, in this case, only in a non-rhotic accent, hair. For instance, I don't like my hair, but like his, because he is dark. His hair is dark. His hair is. We have another example that says, better example, better example. We usually say the word better with a final schwa at the end, but in this case, because the following word begins with a vowel sound, we say better example, better example, better. Like in the previous example I gave you, better answer. In this case, better example. And the first one says, the car was mine. The car was mine. But because of the non-rhotic accent or the not R coloring that should be present in order for the linking R to happen, the sentence will not be the car was mine. It will be the car was mine. The car was mine. And because of the linking R, it will sound like the car is mine. The car is mine. Are you following me? Because this is not new information for you. If not, just ask. One thing that we need to remember is that linking R is not mandatory. It's optional. And always remember, it is when we have a non-rhotic accent. So now we are going to practice a little bit, and it says, number 1, don't go out after 8. Bastian, you're the first on my list.
Yes.
In number 1, where
My
do we
name
have?
is
I'm sorry, what?
that my name is with B, and that is something good, but it's at the same time it's something bad.
Yeah.
Because I
No,
am the
it's.
first.
I don't know how this works because the names are all mixed up in the chat. Usually, when you have the list, the ones with the last names that begins with the first letters of the alphabet are the ones that are
But
on a disadvantage. But in your case, I don't know why you're you're first
Miss,
because, or is it because your
my
first
last
name?
name is yes,
Yeah.
but my last name is Albial, so it's worse because it starts with A.
Yeah,
I
when
am the
that
first
happens.
because of my last name and my
Yeah.
first name.
Yeah, in this case, I think the list is in order of the first letter of the name.
No, yes.
So yeah, you're not I mean, it's not a bad position, but let think this in a positive light, and let's say that you're the lucky one. So in the case of the first one,
Oh,
where
the first one.
do we have a linking R?
After 8.
After 8. So it's don't go out after 8. It's after
After
8.
8.
Right.
After 8.
There we have an R. Thank you very much. Camila, number 2.
Yes, Miss.
It says,
Um,
oh, I'm so sorry.
she's going
Bastian, wait a minute, Camila. Bastian, can you repeat the example, the complete example?
Don't go out after 8.
All right. Thank you very much. Now it's your turn, Camila. I'm so sorry.
okay. where it says majoring.
Major. Because without the linking R, she is going to major in English. Can you pronounce this with the linking R, the whole sentence, please?
She is going to major in English.
Major in English. Thank you very much. Diego Troncoso. Number 3 says, is your hometown far away? Can you include the linking R, please?
In your hometown and far away.
Far away.
I think it's the linking R.
Your is your here, right?
Yes.
But here we have no vowel sound, it's a we have
Hometown.
that one
Hometown.
that is a fricative glottal. So it's a consonant sound. We have only one linking R. Can you pronounce the example with the linking R after far? I mean in far.
Okay. Is your hometown far away?
Perfect. Thank you very much. And number 4. Gaspar, the sentence says, say that over and over again. Can you include the linking R, please?
Yes, no problem. Say that over and over again. Over again.
So
The second
here?
one. No, in the second one.
In this. Here?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Over again. Over again.
Over again. But also here we also have a vowel sound.
Really?
Yeah, because here we have over and over.
Over and over.
We have 2, right?
Oh, we have 2 linking R in this sentence.
Yes, so it's not over and over. Can you pronounce, including the linking R, please? Again.
Say that over and over again.
Exactly. Say that over and over again. Over and over and over and over. Thank you very much. That was the linking R. So now we have the intrusive R. And I remember last session you were a little bit confused with this one. And because of that, now I have another definition that perhaps is going to be easier for you to understand when to use the intrusive R. And Javiera de la Fuente, can you speak? No? Well, I am also named Javiera, so I am going to read. When a word ends in O, A, O sound, and the next word begins with a vowel sound, an R sound is sometimes added between those words, even if there is not R in the spelling. The intrusive R can be confusing for some people because it may be similar to linking, and I think that was what happened in the previous class. But remember that in the case of intrusive R, there is not an R in the spelling, but we are going to pronounce it as if there was. You also need to remember that this happens in non-rhotic accents. And with that being said, I am now going to read the first example, and it says China and India. Now with the intrusive R, we say China and India. China and India. China and India. China. We don't have an R in the spelling, but we are going to pronounce those word together, China and as if there was. So now we have 2 more examples, and the examples are: the United States of America is a big country. If we include the intrusive R, we will say the United States of America is a big country. The United States of America is a big country. America is. Yeah. The United States of America is a big country. I mean, it's a little bit hard to pronounce sometimes. And the second one is a banana is a yellow fruit. A banana is a yellow fruit. So once again, China and India, the United States of America is a big country, and a banana is a yellow fruit. Kelly? Can you speak, Kelly?
I just missed.
Can you pronounce the 3 examples that are there, please?
Okay. China and India.
China and India.
China and India.
Try to pronounce the R sound after China. China and.
China and India.
Yes, but you don't. You don't have to make a pause after China. So China and.
China and India.
China and.
China and.
But listen to me, China and. I don't make a pause after China. I say China and India. China and India.
China and India.
Can you pronounce once again? As if this was linked together, as if there was no and the schwa. China and India.
China and India. China and India.
That one, the last one, China and India. The last one you pronounce, the last time you pronounced, you did pronounce the R sound. Once again, please.
China and India.
China and India. Then the second one, the United States of America is a big country.
The United States of America is a big country.
America is.
The United States of America is a big country.
And now only this part. America is.
America is.
America is. One last time, please.
America is.
America is. And now the last one. A banana is a yellow fruit.
A banana is a yellow fruit.
And now try to pronounce banana and then an R. Banana.
Banana.
Banana. And now to that final R, add the is. So banana is.
A banana is. Banana is.
Banana is.
Banana is.
Banana is. A banana is a yellow fruit. Now the whole sentence together, please. One last time. Hello? No? Well, now we are going to watch a video about intrusive R. And it shows the same examples I gave you some of the same examples I gave you last class, and some others that are new to you. So,
Miss,
yes?
always when when it start with a vowel sound, the phoneme before of that word will be sound like a linking R, or it depends of not all the words with a starting vowel sound. It's a rule.
You're talking about the second word?
Yes.
The second word, it doesn't matter what vowel is. It can be any vowel sound. when we have an O, a schwa, an A, an A, a long A, and if we have the following word begins with a vowel sound, it doesn't matter which vowel sound it is going to have a linking R.
It's like it's not always is the same.
I will say so. Yes, at least I don't know about an exception.
Okay, thank you.
But you're welcome. Remember those vowels, and it's going to be easier for you then to identify when to include the intrusive R because of those vowel sounds. So now we're going to watch the video, and please let me know if you cannot listen to it.
Hi, I'm Tim, and this is my pronunciation workshop. Here, I'm going to show you how English is really spoken. It'll help you become a better listener and a more fluent speaker. Come on, let's go inside. Have you ever seen a ghost? No, of course you haven't, because they don't exist. But have you ever heard a sound that wasn't there? Well, if you've listened to lots of real English, you probably have. We asked the people of London what they think is the most important thing the government should prioritise. This is what they said.
I think law and order is important.
Yes, I think law and order is important.
Law and order is very important.
We all think that law and order is important.
I think law and order is very important.
Meet my boys. Law and order. Join them together with the word and you can hear another sound after the word law. Listen out for it.
I think law and order is important.
Yes, I think law and order is important.
Law and order is very important.
We all think that law and order is important.
I think law and order is...
In fluent speech, if a word ends in an or sound, like law, and the next word begins in an you'll often hear a r sound linking them together. Law and order. Law and order. Law and order is easier to say than law and order. It flows better, and this is called intrusion. Now, this is a little bit controversial. It doesn't happen in all accents, and some people do say it's not the proper way to speak. But it is something that you'll hear. Just remember the r sound is not very strong. Here are some other examples.
Can you draw a circle freehand?
My dog hurt its paw on some broken glass. There was a flaw in the argument.
I saw a good film last night.
Right, so you've heard the examples. Now it's your turn. Are you ready to give it a try? Listen and repeat.
Can you draw a circle freehand?
My dog hurt its paw on some broken glass. There was a flaw in the argument.
I saw a good film last night.
How did you do? Well done. Now, if you want to read...
Hopefully, now that you have seen this video, the concept of linking R and intrusive R, it's more easier for you. And now we have here a sentence, and it says, a banana or an apple. But here in this case, we can find a linking R and an intrusive R. So, Marieta, bueno.
Yes, miss?
In this case, can you identify where the linking R and where the intrusive R are present?
Yes. Linking in RN.
Okay, so here we have a linking R.
Yes.
And to find the intrusive R, you can see the phonetic transcription that is there.
I don't know really.
It says a banana or an apple. A banana or an apple.
An apple.
An apple?
Yes.
Yes, are you sure? Let's read this. A banana or an apple. And the sentence is a banana or an apple. And then the phonetic transcription says a banana or an apple. Can you be able to notice when is an intrusive R?
A banana.
I am going to give you a hint. This word ends with a and then we have a schwa in this the phonetic transcription. And in the video, it said the team said that usually intrusion happen when then we have an schwa. So where is the intrusive R?
Banana or.
Exactly. Can you pronounce this sentence for me, please?
A banana or an apple?
A banana or an apple? Once again?
A banana or an apple?
A banana or an apple?
A banana or an apple?
You are missing the N. You're missing this. A banana or an apple?
A banana or an apple?
A banana or an apple? One last time, please.
A banana or an apple?
Perfect. So let's move on to now this one that it's a linking ja. And for example, it says, I always have a cup of tea in the morning. I always have a cup of tea in the morning. I am not saying I always. I am saying I always. You always. And in this case, it's because we use a linking J sound in spoken English when one word ends in one of the following sounds. In the case of in the case of I, for example, by. In the case of T, the E. In the case of today, the A, or just day, A. And in the case of boy, we have the oi. And when we have any of those vowel sounds, I, E, A, or oi, and the next word begins with a vowel sound, then we are going to add this linking ja. Like I said, I always. One thing you need to notice that this linking J is not a strong sound, but it is a soft sound. So it is very natural when we say this because we don't even think about it. We just pronounce the words we naturally pronounce the words like that. So remember that this sound is not going to be perhaps as prominent as the ones we were used to in the case of the linking R. This is going to be very subtle. And as an example, we have I ate pizza last night. I own a camera. He always eats. He always says that, and also he always says. He always has his English classes on Tuesdays. Then we have day after day after day, and then we have Tuesday and Thursdays. Then we have boy and a girl, and there is a toy on the floor. In the case of the first one, we are using the I sound. I ate. This, and in the same happens in the second one. I own. It's not I own. It's I own. We add that that y sound. Then we have, with the case of E, he always says that, and he always has his English class on Tuesdays. He always. And then in the case of number 5, I think it's the most notorious one in the case of A, because they day after day after day after day after day after day after day. It is very long. It can be very repetitive, but if you say, for instance, try saying this at home, day after day after day after, and then you try to pause down that sound, and it's day after day. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I think that's a very clear example of this linking J that we don't realize, but it's present. Day after day after day after. And the same happens with Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesday and then in the final case of boy and girl, boy and girl, and there is a toy on the floor, toy on the floor. If this is not clear, I insist, please let me know. Because of the time, I am not going to make you repeat these examples, and I am going to move to the following ones. That said that we use linking J when we pronounce the word the, but when the following sound, it starts with a vowel sound, like in the case of the first one that says the, then animal. Instead of saying the, we are going to say the, because of the following vowel sound. So it's not the animal, the animal with a schwa, but it's the animal with an E. With an E. So it's the animal, the elephant, the igloo, and then we have, I prefer the blue one to the orange one. I prefer the blue one to the orange one. In this case, we say I prefer the blue one, because in this case, after the, we have a consonant, the B. So we are not going to say the blue, we are going to say the blue. And then here we have a vowel sound after the, so we are going to say I prefer the blue one to the orange one. And there you can see the phonetic transcription, the and the. Here, the orange, if we, it's very unnoticeable, but we are using the linking J, I'm sorry. And we are going to watch this video that explains some examples, and I'm going to move to the part of the example. It allows me. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Tim, and this is my pronunciation workshop. Here, I'm going to show you how English is really spoken. Come on, Let's go inside.
Are you a creature of habit? For example, do you have a routine in the mornings? Every morning, I like to have a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit. This is what some people in London told us when we asked them what they do in the mornings.
I always have some breakfast.
I always go to the gym in the morning. I always drink a glass of warm water when I wake up.
One thing that happens when we speak English fluently is that we sometimes add sounds between words to help link them together more smoothly and easily. Listen again. Can you hear another sound between the words I and always?
I always have some breakfast.
I always go to the gym in the morning. I always drink a glass of warm water when I wake up.
Did you catch it? It's hardly there, but when one word ends in an I, E, A, or OI sound, and the next word begins in a vowel sound, we can smooth the link out by adding a small Y sound. I always becomes I always. This is sometimes called the linking Y, but be careful. Your mouth normally does this naturally as it changes between the sounds. You don't actually want to add a full Y sound. Here are some more examples.
When I go on holiday, I just want to lie on the beach.
The end of the film was brilliant.
I ate the whole cake in one go.
It was too high up for me to reach.
Right, now you've heard the examples, and now it's your turn. You know the drill. Listen and repeat.
When I go on holiday, I just want to lie on the beach.
The end of the film was brilliant.
I ate the whole cake in one go.
It was too high up for me to reach.
Well done. And remember, if you want to learn more about pronunciation, then
That was the linking ja. Ja. The linking ja. Now we have the linking W. And this is the last one we are going to today. And it says, if a word ends with a U, and the next word begins with a vowel, we put a w sound to link these two words. For instance, you all grew up will be you all grew up. You all grew up. And the second example says, when do I have to attend? And it will be, when do I have to attend? When do I have to attend? Do I, and then to attend. So when do I have to attend? I am obviously making this a little more prominent for you to understand, but that's what we do. We add the w sound. So then, for instance, I like to watch I like watching series, but I can't do it too often. I can't do it too often. And this was some information you didn't know before, but now I do. But now, at least, this was information I didn't know before preparing for this class, but now I know. So now I know. Sebastián Camaño, pardon, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Can you pronounce the examples, please?
All right. You all grow up. When do I have to attend? I can't do it too often. Now I know.
Thank you very much. That was very well. So remember, it's just to include the vowel sound after a U when the following word begins with a vowel sound. So yeah, that was right. So when do I have to attend? I can do it too often, and now I know. And last but not least, we are going to watch a final video with more examples.
Hi, I'm Tim, and this is my pronunciation workshop. Here, I'm going to show you how English is really spoken. It'll help you become a better listener and a more fluent speaker. Come on, let's go inside. When we speak English fluently, we sometimes add extra sounds in between the words to help them link together. Now, have a look at my feet. What's wrong with this? Let's ask the people of London.
The shoe is on the other foot.
The shoe is on the wrong foot.
The shoe is on the wrong foot.
The shoe is on the wrong foot.
Shoe ends in the sound oo, and is begins with the sound I. But can you hear another sound linking them together? Have another listen.
The shoe is on the other foot.
The shoe is on the wrong foot.
The shoe is on the wrong foot.
The shoe is on the wrong foot.
When one word ends in an oo sound and the next begins in a vowel sound, we can just about hear another sound in between. This sound is a bit like w. So the shoe is becomes the shoe is. This is called the linking w, but it's important to remember that it's not a full w sound. It happens because the mouth moves from an oo sound to a vowel sound, and on the way it passes through the w mouth shape. Here are some more examples.
When do I have to be there?
I haven't got a clue at all.
That glue is really strong.
I really can't do it.
So, you've heard the examples, and now it's your turn. Are you ready? Listen and repeat.
When do I have to be there?
I haven't got a clue at all.
That glue is really strong.
I really can't do it.
Well done. Now remember, if you want to learn more about pronunciation, please.
So those were the topics of today's lesson. We made, during the first hour, we made a formative quiz on assimilation, and now we were covering what was linking R and intrusion. Linking R, linking ja and linking wa, and intrusive R during the second hour. Do you have any questions regarding this? Regarding one of these features of connected speech? No, no questions? If there is no questions, Mr. Bruno, do you want to say something before we finish the session?
No, not really. I think it was a very clear, the lesson in general. I think I enjoyed the amount of participation. I think it was quite good today, wasn't it?
Yes, definitely.
And yeah,
For me,
and that's
it
part of
was
the
clear
spirit.
too.
Excellent. And just
Sorry,
congrats on this. No. That's what I really like when students actually say what they think about the lessons. And just to emphasize the idea that assimilation, linking, or all the intrusive features are just natural phonological processes that take place. Not like you have to force them, but when someone speaks at a regular, normal pace, they just happen. And if you pay attention, they are just there in a dialogue, in an everyday conversation. These features of connected speech are part of the way people talk, and not everyone, right? Not everyone uses intrusive features, but when they do, they may create some sort of errors in terms of listening comprehension. So it's good to know about them, even if we don't use them. It's good to know that some speakers use them. That's the only thing I wanted to add. Thank you, Ms. Javiera.
Thank you. I think it's time to finish today's session. So I will say goodbye to all of you. Have a nice day.
You too, Miss. Have a nice day.
You
too,
Goodbye,
Teacher
Miss.
Bruno.
Goodbye. Next class is on
Goodbye,
Thursday.
goodbye, everyone.
On Thursday.
Yeah, and we're not saying goodbye. We're saying goodbye, right?
Goodbye.
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 Goodbye. See you on Thursday.
See you.
See you.